No.
The Way 31 I-Team uncovered disturbing new details about the State Department of Corrections and Parole Board letting a triple murder suspect slip through the cracks. We learned a Birmingham mission notified a parole officer when the ex-con on parole walked away, but the state did nothing. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Schaefer.
And I'm Demetria McClinton. Workers at the Jimmy Hill Mission Center in Birmingham told us Jimmy Spencer was supposed to spend 6 months with them after the parole board let him out. But the man who was serving a life sentence a few weeks earlier simply walked away. He's now charged with killing 3 people in Guntersville.
The I-Team spent the past month pushing the parole board for answers. It refuses to give. Way 31's Brecken Terry went straight to the people involved in Montgomery and Birmingham to plow through the bureaucracy, find out what's really going on.
Employees at the Jimmy Hill Mission Center told me Jimmy Spencer was there for exactly 3 weeks, and when he walked away, they notified the state. Jimmy Hill Missions even provided me with this example letter they send to parole officers when parolees walk away.
He was here exactly 3 weeks.
Jimmy Hill Missions chaplain Conrad Baggett told me when they accept a parolee, they do regular check-ins with the ex-con's parole officer.
First of all, we have to send the parole officer and or judge a letter every month that Billy Bob is still here. And as long as Billy Bob is still here, that's all that matters.
I walked right in and out of the Jimmy Hill Mission Center, just like anyone else can. Baggett told us the minute any parolee, in this case Jimmy Spencer, walks away, they start calling and sending letters.
If Billy Bob leaves, then we have to tell the courts and or the judge and or the parole officers. I have made those phone calls on Christmas. I've made those phone calls on Thanksgiving.
As the I-Team took a closer look into Spencer's time after being paroled, this is the second agency that told us they contacted the state about Jimmy Spencer breaking the terms of his parole. The police chief in Sardis told me his officers arrested Spencer on drug charges in June. They sent a notice through dispatch to tell his parole officer, which would have been a parole violation.
Did he fall through the cracks?
Right now, that's what is one of the things that we're reviewing, and that's why this file is open, to determine what notifications we receive from law enforcement of their contact with this individual.
I took all of this information to Alabama Board of Pardon and Parole's Assistant Executive Director, Daryl Morgan. I asked him to make sense of it all. Take a listen.
If there was notification sent out, did the officer receive it? Did the officer act accordingly? Those are the things that we do in any kind of file review on a case like this.
Morgan said the review of Spencer's case could take weeks. I asked him if we would be allowed to look at those findings once they're done, but parole documents are sealed. Now, we are still going to file an open records request in the hopes that maybe we could review these findings once they're complete. Live in Florence, Brecken Terry.